We live in a world where it's going to be easier to play Echo the Dolphin than it is half the Metroid series. That's wow. Okay. I think in terms of lore and story, Fusion is looking like it's going to be a big-time entry in the series moving forward. Looking at Dread, the 5th and latest installment in the series, we got a fusion suit-looking Samus, the return of the X-Parasites. If you didn't play this game, would you know what an X-Parasite is? Huh? That could be space chlamydia for all you know. So as we established, Metroid Fusion is kind of important. If you want to experience this, you should probably play that. Whoa, hold on, wait a second. What's that, dear viewer? You're telling me you have no way of playing this game?
What are you talking about? It's easy. You just go on Nintendo Switch Online and...
On God, bro, I never liked this kid. Fusion finds itself in a weird spot in the Metroid family tree. How do you live up to the Adonis that was your older brother Super Metroid? After all, at this point, it's been like, what, 8 years since the last Metroid game? So Fusion, what are you doing?
What Fusion did was take the formula and did this.
Super Metroid was all about exploration and isolation as part of your occupation as the representation of alien eradication. Metroid Fusion is about following directions from the robot. In my personal opinion, Super Metroid defined the style of what a Metroid game should be. You were dropped on this planet. You're by yourself. There is nothing guiding you besides the level design. You're on a mission. Navigate this labyrinthian and cohesive planet, blow up some dragons and stuff. Why not? You collect upgrades and items that are used in previous locations that give the world an awesome and satisfying sense of discovery. It's like, you ever have sex? Well, imagine that, but you need super missiles to reach the G-spot. It's a game built on respect. There's no hand-holding. It's just you, the player, getting lost in this world trying to make sense of it all. You can handle it. They knew you were fucking smart. After all, that's why you're playing this game, because you're smart. You got good taste. You're not playing friggin' Bubble Bobble. This system allows the player to take everything in at their own pace. It creates variations in everyone's playthrough. It feels personalized. Your Metroid can be a little different than that guy's Metroid. I hope so, too. That guy's not the brightest. And Super had this wonderful, lonely atmosphere. I feel it's a pretty artful game that makes you feel without any detriment to the gameplay. Metroid Fusion's got Samus on this spacecraft, friggin' robot Magobots, like, go to the sector, find the missiles, go to the sector, clear the vents. Oh, I'm the boss of you now, you dumb lady, 101101010. Oh, need anything else? Want me to stop at the pharmacy while I'm out? Or how about I get you a Happy Meal? I'll even make sure they give you the boy toy. Samus, I thought you were a bounty hunter, not fucking Among Us Bean. You're out here doing tasks. You know what's sus here? Stupid gameplay. You were supposed to be cool.
I'm Samus Aran. No one can tell me what to do.
Mopo, time for dinner.
Holy shit, Mom! Shut the fuck up!
Oh, Fusion. How could I possibly explain the wacky way in which you operate? You ever pee in the sink and wash your hands in the toilet? Fusion's a little backwards. Now, it's not completely linear. The robot, his name's Adam, by the way, you know, as in Adam idea, tells you where to go, but not how to get there. So there is indeed some exploration and secret finding that reflects Fusion's predecessors. And who can forget that classic Samus shooting walls in desperation, trying to figure out where to go? Yeah, that's still there too. Oh yeah, by the way, if you didn't know, that's just a huge Metroid staple that I just adore. I love shooting walls, especially those that don't even stand out in any way, shape, or form. One could say it's my favorite pastime. Now in Super Metroid, shooting the wall was typically relegated to secrets, or if shooting the wall blocked off progression, it usually had some sort of, you know, something to make it stand out. A crack maybe? I don't know, something nice. Especially when you obtain the X-ray visor and you're able to see specific blocks in the wall that you can destroy. It's all okay, it's passable. I'm not losing any sleep over it. But in Fusion,
it is 4 a.m. and the walls are whispering to me.
The secrets are in plain sight, while the main path is behind discreet, stupid, f***ing walls. This game gives me indigestion. It gives me angina. Metroid Fusion takes this amazing, dope, talented, VMA-winning Samus Aran, turns her into a janitor, and forces her to shoot walls all day? This is great. Yummy.
This is a tastier Metroid soup. Dude, there's nothing in that pot. Oh, mamma mia, spaghettaroni.
I don't think it's a shocker to anyone that these two details hinder the experience for me. Adam giving you directions especially feels extremely counterintuitive to how Metroid operates. It feels almost disrespectful. I'm capable of doing this on my own. I can figure it out. I'm a big boy. Samus, go to Sector 4 and... The fuck you think you're talking to like that, huh? You don't know me! This game is definitely different.
What is different bad? Now, at this point in the video, you're probably thinking to yourself, yeah, this sounds pretty bad. But why don't we ask our friend, the SAX, what they think?
This is where shit gets friggin' real. This is the moment where I began to figure that the game took a different direction, yes, but decided to adapt around it. The game's plot is centered around these X-parasites, these shape-shifting little blobs that Samus is tasked to wipe out. Damn, this is like Samus' second genocide. She's on a roll right now. All she needs is one more, and that's a free sundae from Baskin-Robbins. During the game's prologue, it is revealed that Samus' original suit has been infected, which is why she's rocking this weird, light blue, almost organic new outfit. And the old one, well, that's our friend the SAX here, or as I like to call her, the Six. During the Six's introduction, we see her utilizing Samus' old techniques from Super Metroid, the screw attack and the super missile. This sets the pace and the tone for the rest of the adventure. Metroid Fusion sacrifices exploration for horror and action. Now, do I think this is an improvement? Is it a detriment?
I'm fence-sitting.
It's really up to preference. But honestly, I think it's done pretty well. But for real though, my preference is the exploration, like 100%. With Samus' new armor downgrade, she now is much more vulnerable to enemy attacks, but her movement is a little more acrobatic and snappy. She can now climb ledges, she's faster, and I actually really dig how this trade-off complements the suit's design. Like, you think Samus could climb ledges with these giant, stupid basketball shoulder pads? No. Obviously, you can only do that with the gooey suit. And this is a detail that I feel every Metroid does extremely well. These games want to suck you right in. They try to limit their gaminess as much as possible. A lot of mechanics in these games have a purpose in the game's lore. It's not just, oh, look at me, the floating blocks are there for power-ups, doodle-boo. Let's just say if Mario blocks existed in Metroid, they'd probably be in the lore as like ancient alien artifacts that hold souls of ancestors or some crap. I don't even know. Armor drops and health drops don't come in the form of anything like hearts or purple. Instead, when an enemy's defeated, they drop an X-parasite, which you can use to heal yourself, or enemies can use to heal themselves, because, you know, everyone here kind of has a little bit of X-parasite in them. I gotta say, it's a pretty decent trade-off. It's more linear, but focuses more on enemy encounters, bosses, dying, a lot of dying. This also complements the game's setting as well. You're not exploring a new planet, you're going through a space station overrun with parasites. And while the increased damage you take racks up the difficulty in action, elements like the Six are what give this game a hint of horror. This beast of a robot pops up at the most random parts of the game, and there is nothing you can do but hide. Trust me, I tried other options.
Wow, look who it is! Oh my goodness! Can we just talk this out? Yeah, can we get the check?
This parasite used to be you, and you used to be invincible. What better way to let the player experience helplessness and weakness by having their previous powerful selves just fucking own you? This is like on the level of battling Red in Pokemon Gold and Silver. Like that level, that pure level of just yes! And the bosses in this game are much more plentiful than previous titles, further accentuating this emphasis on combat. And the difficulty on these bad boys, let me tell you. You know what? No, I'm not going to tell you. Here's me streaming this game, dying a bunch of times. Enjoy. No. Leave me alone! Oh, this is it. This is punishment for my sins. I'm done. What am I supposed to do? Please, what are you doing? Oh, no. Oh, and it never gets to the point where it feels unfair. These bosses are all pretty well crafted. Ooh, yo, hold on. Slow down. Well crafted. Well, I mean, that pretty much sums it all up right there. The 2D Metroid series is so beloved because no matter what it does, no matter what it tried, everything always felt intentional. Yes, I was complaining about how progression's handled in this game, and it's not my cup of tea, but even those choices I feel were intentional. Metroid Fusion was made for the Game Boy Advance. It's handheld. It had a linear style that shows players where they need to be, which makes sense for a console that is intended for shorter segments of playtime. You could pick up and play Metroid Fusion in the car, on the toilet, at your local Denny's with your stepdad that you don't want to talk to. Also, the game makes no efforts to hide its energy tanks, secret items that give Samus more life, which I think is a decision that adheres to the game's difficult nature. Now again, I don't particularly agree with these decisions in a lot of cases, but I gotta respect them.
You know what I don't respect though? Racist people, but also homophobic people, but also stupid freaking Nintendo.
Point is, there's not a real good way of playing this game. I mean, I guess there's always emulation, but that's a little crime called pirating, or as I like to call it, a one-way ticket to HE double hockey sticks. People always forget about that 11th commandment. And plus, a lot of people might not have access to devices that can handle emulation. I mean, just look at me. I'm a console guy through and through. I even edited this video using my N64. So besides being a criminal, you could try getting a copy of the game off eBay for 80 bucks, because, you know, who needs a college fund when you could just play the funny Samus game? You could also buy Fusion off the Virtual Console on the Wii U's online store, because you own a Wii U. Everyone does. It's sold so well. Or your last legal option is the Nintendo 3DS Ambassadors program that was only available in 2012 that gave you a free download of the game that's not available anymore. So here's your options, kids. Have fun trying to play all the Metroid games. If you become a fan after playing Dread, this is a good time. On some real though, I find this accessibility problem of Fusion to be pretty important. Dread is really being built up to be the 2D Metroid revival game, and a lot of longtime fans are really banking on this thing's success. They want to see this game thrive, baby. They don't want to see their favorite series be sent to the Nintendo graveyard. Look at it this way, right? When you think we're getting a new Star Fox game? When we get in a new F-Zero game? I mean, damn, we're about to start seeing Chibi Robo and Earthbound on display at museums at this point, right next to the Lincoln exhibit. Why? Because they're all dead! Except I don't think Chibi Robo ended slavery. So if Nintendo really wanted this game to pop off, like I'm talking Animal Crossing COVID pop off, wouldn't they, you know, make these games a little bit more accessible? Maybe. What do I know? I'm just a sweaty kid on the internet. I'm stupid. And to be fair, Super Metroid is already available with Nintendo Switch Online. What about Zero Mission? Fusion, even Samus Returns. I didn't buy this stupid game when it came out on the 3DS. Why? I was too busy playing Legend of Zelda Breath of the Vagina. Look, I've only recently discovered the magic of 2D Metroid. I'm not no longtime fan. Honestly, I only played these games for the video, but I care. I want more games like this. I want Dread to do well. I want more people to experience games like Fusion. I want more Samus. I want more Ridley. I want the homie Kraid, baby!
Metroid Fusion. It's a pretty weird game. I don't know why Nintendo doesn't want you to play it, but are you really gonna trust the people that made Monkey Magic? But overall, I would compare Metroid Fusion to Taco Bell's Quesarito. Watch as I explain.
It's definitely a small meal. It tastes good. It's lightweight. You can consume it on the go. And you want to talk about well-crafted? These things are delicious. The only problem is, it's gone. Why did Taco Bell get rid of my quesaritos? If you play Dread and want to get into the series, I highly recommend Metroid Fusion. I definitely don't think it should be your first stop on your Metroid expedition, but it's absolutely a unique take on the formula. It's got a really gripping atmosphere and loads of memorable moments and scenes. Also, I really want to emphasize here how impressed I am by the way this game handled its shift in direction. Now again, it's not personally for me. I still enjoyed the game, but I can still appreciate what they tried going for here. It honestly reminds me a lot of Majora's Mask, one of my favorite games of all time. Wow, if only I had a video that elaborated on that. You just gotta be a little patient with Fusion and bite through that extra tortilla and cheese to get to the real meat of this game. Oh. And in terms of the future of the series, who knows? I mean, with the last Nintendo Direct we just got, Nintendo might actually be getting their stuff together. They're adding an N64 and Sega Genesis library to their online services. Wow, if only I had a video that and who knows? Maybe a GBA library will soon follow. All in all, I'm actually lying. Don't play these games. Let's just let Metroid die. Haha. Have a great summer.